How's it going, guys? How you doing, Tab? How you doing, Sid? No! Hey, you, Tab! Excuse me. Trying to think of where I gotta go yet. Excuse me. Can I check something? Because gonna kill a tough guy, hopefully. I'm waiting for my sis to get on, so I can look something up real quick. Excuse me. Okay. Found my controller. And let's head back to the beginning real quick. Oh, hey! This wasn't there before. Dropped a claw marker in. So I guess he didn't die human after all. And now here, whoops, that was the wrong way. Well, I've killed one or two gods. Hey, sis! Head back real quick. These guys here are a lot easier with my stats. And let's go back to the clinic. So remember way long ago, when we ran into that suspicious beggar guy and sent him here? That's him. Got a beast rune from him. Yeah, anybody send to Iosefka's clinic? instead of to the chapel, gets transformed into a monstrosity like that. So notice that she's not yelling at us this time? Yeah. He murders all of your friends at the, chapel if you send him there. So, before I go over here, just a little recap. This is the other side of that door that's up the stairs from the very first lamp in the game. This is Iosefka's clinic. The Iosefka that we met at the beginning of the game, who was really nice and caring, and who gave us blood vials, is dead. A doctor from, I think it's implied to be the Healing Church Choir. Hey, Emerald! From the Healing Church Choir, killed her and replaced her. And so that's why she got all suspicious, and why everybody you send to her clinic gets experimented on. And if you go up here prematurely, she'll attack you. But if you wait until the blood moon, this happens.
God, I'm nauseous. Have you felt this? It's progressing. I can see things. I knew it. I'm different. I'm no beast. Oh, God, it feels awful. But it proves that I'm chosen. Don't you see how they writhe inside my head? It's rather rapturous. God, I know it's
Not at all. So, if we do this, something comes out of her body. Whoops. And I didn't look at the one we got earlier either. We've got... Notice how they don't stack up? They're actually individual items with different descriptions. Actually, we're about to get another one, so I'll just review them all then. How do I get out of here? This way. Gotta check something real quick. So if you'll remember, the last time we went to Cathedral Ward, Ariana, the nice lady who gives us blood, as opposed to the not so nice lady who gives us blood, she she seemed to be having some mysterious pains. And after you kill Mikolash, she moves.
It can't be. This is a nightmare.
Yeah, it's pretty icky. And she's a complete mess, and it's pretty cruel, but there's really interesting lore attached to this item, so I'm going to give her a mercy kill and her infant. So we discovered shoes. I forget if those really say anything. Aw, she was a sweetie, poor lady. And then we got all four of these. Two of them are missable. The one we just got, you can't get if you don't save Ariana earlier in the night. And the imposter Iosefka's, yeah, 4/3. The imposter Iosefka's cord you can't get if you kill her before the blood or before the blood moon either. So here's the one we found in the old hunter workshop, which is where the hunter's dream is based on. Every great one loses its child and then yearns for a surrogate. The third umbilical cord precipitated the encounter with the pale moon, which beckoned the hunters and conceived the hunter's dream. I think conceived, given some events that will happen later, might be a very deliberate choice here. And this is the one that we got from Ariana. Every great one loses its child and then yearns for a surrogate, and Udon, the formless great one, is no different. To think it was corrupted blood that began this eldritch liaison. And that kind of ties back to the Canehurst Vile Bloods and why the church hates them so much. They got their hands on some of the blood, and because they were using it to, hunt beasts and do all kinds of depraved things for, like, their pleasure, instead of for, trying to ascend to higher planes. And the church didn't like that, so they basically declared the Vile Bloods to, be vile-blooded, because they defiled the blood. That's kind of a roundabout thing to say, but you get what I'm talking about. It was ritually impure, or so they declared. And it's kind of implied that Ariana is descended from the Vile Bloods because her dress is the same as the one you find in Canehurst here. And this is the one we found on Iosefka. Provost Willem sought the cord in order to elevate his being and thoughts to those of a great one, by lining his brain with eyes, the only choice he knew if man were to ever match their greatness. Every great one loses its child and then yearns for a surrogate. This cord granted Mensis audience with Mergo, but resulted in the stillbirth of their brains. That's the one we got from killing Mergo's wet nurse. and that kind of explains the story behind it. Um, Kind of like with, in particular, these two, this one kind of implies, but this one is kind of the source of the hunter's dream, you can kind of see, and the weird moon that's above us, that you can see in front of the overcast sky. And then this is um, kind of implied to be from when Willem from Bergenworth formed a contract with the Great Ones and kind of started this whole mess. And then this one was Mergo's. Um, I didn't explain this earlier, whoops, but Mergo is the infant that we've heard crying throughout the game, and was in um, the bassinet, the cradle, that was in the Mensis Nightmare's final bosses, the Wet Nurse's arena. The the nurse was actually cradling it the entire time it was fighting, and when we killed the nurse, we killed Mergo. That if you notice that the Nightmare Slain text didn't appear until after the crying die faded out, that's why. And as you can see, from the stillbirth in your brain in their brains kind of deal, um, yeah, Mikolash was the most lucid of the um, School of Mensis members we've seen, and he was a ranting loon, so that's kind of where that came from.
Gamino. Very
I think I can,
farewell, mate.
first I want to check my stuff. I'm going to equip these visceral attack enhancing ones, Claw Mark and Blood Rapture. Because we're about to fight a really tough enemy.
Gammon away. Very open. Farewell.
Okay, and sorry for the interruption, but I'm actually going to go back up my save file real quick, because this is a side quest I'm pretty sure I can fail if I get killed by the enemy hunter here. Okay, it keeps me on stream, it just only lets me talk.